Hello, this is Dean Takahashi from VentureBeat. I'm here with Kevin Grace from 343 Industries, and he's here to talk about Halo Anniversary.
Yep.
How are you?
All right. Well, I guess I'll start talking.
Yeah.
So Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary is a remastering of the very first Halo game. It's coming out November 15th this year. It's 10 years to the date after Halo kicked off, and we all met Master Chief. And in honor of 10 years of Halo, and of fans sticking with the franchise for that long and enjoying all the games and stories and books and everything else, we wanted to go back and remake that very first game and bring the graphics and the audio and a lot of the gameplay features up to speed and to be comparable with, we think, anything else that's coming out this year. So we've got the remastered graphics, and we've got the ability, whenever you're playing, to hit the back button at any time. And then you switch back from the old graphics to the new graphics. You can see what it looked like 10 years ago.
I tried it out here, and yeah, it's pretty sort of stunning. I guess somehow I used to believe that Halo looked really high quality, looked really good way back when, and now when you do this sort of the back to the old and to the new, it's just a world of difference.
Yeah, 10 years ago, games couldn't get any better, but 10 years from now, we'll probably kind of be chuckling a little bit about what we're doing right now. But it really is a big difference, and I still think that the original game actually looks pretty good, for its time, and especially for nostalgia, for having played it right when it first came out. That design obviously is what fueled all the rest of the Halo games, and kind of what brought us to where we are with Reach, for example, as the last game that came out, and obviously informed us for what we're doing in the future for Halo 4. So you hit that button anytime you want, and it's a pretty big difference. It's a pretty cool feature, and everybody's really enjoyed that so far.
And you've got some new things in the game as well that I guess people who already played the original Halo to death may be surprised to find it.
We've got some cool things like achievements. Obviously they're not a big surprise there, but you can finally get achievements for playing this first game. We've got skulls in there, which Halo fans have come to love. Those are hidden around all the levels, so you can dig them up and then do things like make all the grunts explode when they die and set off crazy chain reactions and kind of change the way the game plays if you want to. And we've got the terminals, which is a brand new story that we've written to support the game. The story of the game, the main story of the game, is absolutely the same because this is where it all began. But with these terminals, you learn a little bit more about some of the characters and environments around you. And so new players will have a little bit of understanding maybe of what's going on. And the hardcore fans will see some things that will maybe blow their minds a little bit they've never seen before, and maybe learn a little bit more about the future of Halo, and maybe Halo 4.
The Spark character, I guess, is in particular.
343 Guilty Spark is the monitor, and the terminals tell the story a little bit of where he came from and what he's been doing the last 100,000 years while he waited for you and Master Chief to arrive.
So I guess Halo ODST had a Sadie story, sort of alternate reality game in there, I guess. Is that where some of that idea came from then?
Yeah, absolutely. The terminals in Combat Evolved Anniversary are definitely inspired by the terminals from Halo 3 and ODST and Reach. And in ODST, they were images with some voiceover. In Halo 3 and in Reach, there was text that told the stories there. And for Combat Evolved Anniversary, we wanted to add a little bit more on the kind of the visual presentation. And we went with some animation. Originally started off as motion comics, but then it started to move so much. I think it's pretty officially animation now. So there's some really great stories in there. There's one terminal hidden in every level. So there's 10 of them throughout the game. And if you complete them all, there'll be a little surprise waiting for you at the end.
Cool. And I guess when it came to bugs in a game, I guess you guys had to decide what to do, whether to leave them in or to fix them, I guess.
Yeah, our number one priority for remaking this game was to make sure that we were faithful to the original gameplay, because this is the game that started it all, and it's still a blast to play now, and some things you don't mess with. And so there were some issues that I guess you could maybe call bugs, you could definitely call bugs in the first game, that we left in there very specifically, particularly because in some of those cases fans have used those issues, not used them really, but have taken advantage of just literally the way the game played, sometimes to make their own games inside Halo, things like warthog flipping or exploring different parts of the map, and we didn't want to take that away from fans. Like if they've loved doing that over the last 10 years, we're going to let them do that at Anniversary. It's going to look pretty cool now with the new graphics, but we absolutely wanted to keep that original gameplay. Yeah.
I guess it's seems like it's pretty important to come out with something for the fans every year. I mean, they demand that sort of pace, I guess. I know with the Call of Duty games or with the Assassin's Creed, you know, they're coming out every year because that's what the fans want.
Yeah, well, this year was the right year for Combat Evolved Anniversary. Obviously, I mean, this is literally the 10-year anniversary of the brand and of the universe and of Master Chief. And so this is a great big thank you to all the fans for sticking with Halo for 10 years. And, you know, as we've announced with Halo 4 and moving forward, obviously the story is going to be about Master Chief. He's our hero. He's really the main man for the universe. Is that this on his 10-year anniversary, 10-year birthday maybe for Master Chief. Actually, he's older than that. But this is the right time to get back to his story and kind of finally get to fans what they've been asking for since 360 came out, is a new version of this game with all the features they've come to love and all the Halo games since.
And I guess you guys struggled over exactly what Master Chief should look like with better graphics, right?
Oh yeah, that's making the decision of how to do these remastered graphics turned out to be actually a lot more work than we'd anticipated, which made our schedule kind of interesting. But you know, looking at everything, and Master Chief is obviously the most important. He's the most important thing in the game, and we absolutely went round and around and around. And I'm sure our partners over at Saber, who did all the campaign work and the Master Chief model, would agree that we were pretty particular about what he looked like. But if we did our jobs right, when fans hit that back button and switch the graphics from old to new, looking at Chief, looking at vehicles, looking at weapons, looking at environments, all that kind of stuff, the goal is when they hit that button for them to say, yeah, that's what that should have looked like 10 years ago if the original Xbox could have pulled it off.
Cool. Thank you very much.
All right.
Kevin
Thank you very
Gers
much.
from 343. Thank you.